Ghana has long grappled with the suffocating weight of urban traffic congestion, overloaded public buses, and an aging transport network, which has led to the country making a bold and historic pivot. The West African nation is turning its eyes eastward toward China, and more specifically toward one of the world's most advanced rail and transit technology manufacturers in a bid to introduce driverless, autonomous transportation to its cities. Yes, you heard that correctly, driverless transportation in Ghana. And this is not a distant dream or a vague government talking point. This is an active, deliberate, and high-level diplomatic and technical engagement that is already underway. So buckle up, because today we are diving deep into what this means for Ghana, what it means for the African continent, and why this story matters far beyond the borders of Accra. Hit the like button as we commence. To truly appreciate the significance of what Ghana's government is now pursuing, we first need to understand the scale of the problem they are trying to solve. Ghana's urban transport system, particularly in the greater Accra metropolitan area, has for decades been characterized by chronic congestion, unreliable services, and infrastructure that has simply not kept pace with explosive population growth. Accra, a city of well over 4 million people, was not designed to handle the volume of vehicles that now crawl through its streets daily. Rush hour in the capital is not merely an inconvenience, it is an economic drain. Studies across African cities consistently show that traffic congestion costs urban economies hundreds of millions of dollars annually in lost productivity, wasted fuel, increased vehicle emissions, and delayed goods and services. Metro Mass Transit Limited, Ghana's state-owned public bus operator, has long been the backbone of the country's attempt to provide structured public transportation. But the operator has faced persistent challenges: aging fleets, funding shortfalls, route inefficiencies, and an inability to scale services in proportion to urban demand. The result is a commuting public that has largely defaulted to privately operated minibuses known as trotros, a system that, while culturally embedded, is widely acknowledged as disorganized, unsafe, and unsustainable as a long-term urban mobility solution. This is the environment into which Ghana's government is now seeking to introduce something radically different. In a development that signals just how serious the Ghanaian government is about transforming this reality, Deputy Minister for Transport Dorcas Affo-Toffey led a high-level delegation from Metro Mass Transit Limited on a working visit to CRRC Corporation Limited, headquartered in Zhuzhou, China. This visit, which took place in May 2026, was not a ceremonial trip or a photo opportunity. It was a deeply intentional, technically focused engagement aimed at exploring a strategic partnership that could fundamentally reshape how Ghanaians move through their cities. CRRC Corporation Limited is no ordinary company. It is the world's largest rolling stock manufacturer, a Chinese state-backed industrial giant that produces everything from high-speed trains to urban transit systems. The company has supplied rail equipment to over 100 countries and has been at the forefront of developing next-generation transportation technologies, including autonomous rapid transit systems. When Ghana's Deputy Transport Minister walks through the doors of CRRC's facilities in Zhuzhou, she is walking into a facility that represents the very cutting edge of what modern transport engineering looks like. The significance of that visit cannot be overstated. What the delegation set out to study was the potential development and deployment of an autonomous rapid transit system, more commonly referred to by the acronym ART, for use within Ghana's major urban corridors. And for those unfamiliar with what an ART system actually is, the next section will break that down in detail. Autonomous Rapid Transit, or IRT, is one of the most exciting and practically viable innovations in modern urban mobility. Developed by CRRC, the ART system is often described as a trackless tram, a vehicle that looks and functions like a light rail tram, but does not require the expensive laying of rail tracks. Instead, ART vehicles use a combination of sensors, artificial intelligence, and pre-programmed virtual track technology to navigate roads autonomously, following designated routes with a level of precision that rivals conventional rail. What makes ART so compelling for a country like Ghana is the cost equation. Traditional metro rail systems require massive capital investment in track infrastructure, tunneling or elevated structures, and years of construction that disrupt city life. ART, by contrast, can be deployed on existing road surfaces with far less upfront investment. The vehicles are electric, meaning they produce zero direct emissions, a critical advantage for cities already battling air quality challenges. They run on dedicated or shared lanes and can carry hundreds of passengers per journey, dramatically increasing the capacity of public transport corridors. RT has already been successfully deployed in several Chinese cities, including Zhuzhou itself, as well as in cities across South America and Southeast Asia. The technology has matured considerably since its initial introduction, and what Ghana is now exploring is the adaptation of this proven, scalable technology to the specific geographic and urban conditions of Ghanaian cities. This is precisely the kind of leapfrog infrastructure thinking that development economists and urban planners have long argued Africa needs. bypassing the old, expensive paradigm and jumping straight to efficient, modern solutions. It is part of a much wider and more deliberately articulated government agenda to fundamentally reposition Ghana's transport sector. Under the leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, the government has made infrastructure modernization and strategic international partnerships a central pillar of its national development agenda. The Ministry of Transport has been tasked with delivering not just incremental improvements to existing services, but transformative change. The kind of change that requires thinking beyond conventional procurement and venturing into the territory of next-generation technology adoption. Deputy Minister Affo-Toffey's visit to China is, in this context, entirely consistent with a broader pattern of Ghanaian government officials engaging with global technology and infrastructure leaders to identify opportunities for collaboration. What is different this time, and what makes this story particularly compelling, is the specific technology on the table. Autonomous, driverless transit is not something that most African governments have even begun to seriously explore. Ghana positioning itself as a potential early adopter on the continent is a significant statement of intent. The Ministry of Transport has been emphatic in communicating that its commitment extends beyond the exploration phase. The stated goal is to work alongside key stakeholders, both public and private, to deliver modern, reliable, and sustainable transport systems that tangibly improve daily life for ordinary Ghanaian citizens. This framing is important because it signals that the ART initiative is being conceived not as a prestige project for Ghana's elites, but as a practical public service intervention aimed at the millions of everyday commuters who suffer the consequences of an inadequate transport system every single day. The Ghana-China relations have deepened considerably over the past decade. China has become one of Ghana's most significant bilateral partners in infrastructure development, financing, and technology transfer, from road construction to port expansion, from telecommunications infrastructure to power generation. Chinese companies and Chinese capital have played an increasingly prominent role in Ghana's development story. The engagement with CRRC is, in many ways, a natural extension of this relationship, but also represents something qualitatively different. Previous Ghana-China infrastructure collaborations have largely involved Chinese firms building things that Ghanaians then operate using established technology. What the ART initiative introduces is the prospect of Ghana becoming an adopter and potentially a regional showcase for cutting-edge autonomous transit technology. If Ghana successfully deploys an ART system, it would likely become only the second or third country on the African continent to have operational autonomous public transit infrastructure, a position that carries enormous reputational and developmental significance. It is also worth noting that CRRC as a company has a strong commercial interest in expanding its footprint in Africa. The African urban mobility market represents one of the most significant untapped opportunities in the global transport sector. Cities across the continent are growing at extraordinary rates, and the demand for modern, scalable public transit solutions is enormous. Ghana, with its relatively stable political environment, established rule of law, and track record of international partnerships, represents an attractive entry point for CRRC's African expansion ambitions. In this sense, the relationship is mutually beneficial. Ghana gains access to world-class technology, and CRRC gains a strategic foothold in a high-growth regional market. The potential upside of this initiative is genuinely transformative. Imagine an Accra where dedicated ART corridors connect major residential zones to commercial centers, reducing commute times from over an hour to under 20 minutes. Imagine a transport system where the fare structure is transparent, the vehicles are air-conditioned and safe, and the service runs on a reliable, real-time schedule accessible from a mobile phone. Imagine the productivity gains, the reduction in road accidents, the improvement in air quality, and the increase in quality of life for millions of Ghanaian commuters. This is not fantasy, it is the lived reality in the Chinese cities where ART systems have already been deployed. The question is not whether the technology works, the technology works. The question is whether Ghana can build the institutional, financial, and social conditions necessary to make it work here. And based on the seriousness and high-level nature of the engagement that has now been initiated, there is genuine reason for measured but real optimism. Ghana is making a bold, forward-thinking move to bring autonomous rapid transit technology to its cities in partnership with one of the world's most advanced transportation manufacturers. This is a story about more than buses and roads. It is a story about a nation choosing to invest in its future. It is a story about the growing sophistication of Africa's infrastructure ambitions. And it is a story that the rest of the continent will be watching very closely indeed. If you found this analysis valuable, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this story, and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth coverage of Africa's most important development stories. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep asking the questions that matter.